take a last look at Horus Heresy era, right? 30K alternative model for Sigismund. So this is a miniature that the client wanted for his upcoming Imperial Fist army. Who better to lead the Imperial Fist than Sigismund, right? The first Emperor's champion. So, how did we make this? Well, we took a Imperial Fist Praetor and we reposed him. All right, so normally he's really at full tilt, leaning over quite a bit. And we reposed him by using the pin method. There is a tutorial that I have on Patreon of how to use the pin method to repose a miniature in a very easy and fast way. And the reason we reposed him was so that we could set him further back, right? And that allows you to see more of the character's chest armor, right? The belt, the tabard. If he's leaning over completely, then it's really hard to see all that, and then you just don't get the full effect, right? So we leaned him back. We removed the details off of the chest, as you can see here, and we used Tamiya Quickset to build in some folds. You can see here that the original tabard is designed to go underneath the belts, and so the tabard that I added instead was also sculpted to look like it was headed underneath. It was gathered underneath the belt, right, headed down this way. The original belt that he has is quite embarrassing, actually. It's pretty small and it's insufficient. So we removed it and added a split piece that is much wider, so it reflects the width of the chest. Now we have a piece that better resembles that, right? The reason that we did two pieces, that we split it in half here, is because I wanted the tabard to be more interesting. If it's just one piece that sweeps under this way, it kind of ends up looking kind of boring, especially when the miniature is looked at straight on like that. So instead, if you add two pieces, it's just more interesting, and you can fill more space and get more folds and bends and stuff like that, right? So we just split it up so we can fill in more space, make it more interesting. We had to rebuild the arms. The arms are from the Praetor as well. The arms are just wire, right? So I'll put in some footage of that. This additional plate and then the arm, all of that is built up using resin and then epoxy. Now there have been questions of why I use two different colors here. This is Tamiya Quickset, and this is green stuff and milliput put together, so green put as I call it in my tutorials. The reason that I do that is they act very similar. Actually, they sculpt very similarly. The reason that I use them together is if I'm doing layers, it is actually very helpful to have two different colors so I can see how my blends look. Right? Especially Forge World, the Mark III armor is it's really small. We've done a true scaling series where we make them bigger. These guys have torsos that are way too short, and so I cut the torso off and made it taller, so you can kind of see underneath there. I added a space, so he's actually a proper height. Looks much better. All of their miniatures are terribly proportioned, and so we're trying to fix that. And then the client wanted a two-handed grip, but I opted for this because it's a little bit more interesting to me, right? It opens the hand, it gives you a better look at the chest details. It also looks like he's altering his grip for a different strike, right? A little bit of jewelry. Chain was wrapped around the forearm, then up to the pommel here. And then we have the chain, which is a smaller chain, I think a 0.1 mil jewelry chain here for his necklace. This little cross there, the little crux on his necklace, was sculpted using the tutorial I've got available. In fact, all of this is available on the Patreon, how to do this cloth, how to do tabards and armor plates and all of that, as well as the posing. And I think that it adds a very, very nice bit of detail. You can see, instead of him gripping it, you can see the pommel, so you can see more of the detail of the sword. This sword is from Conversion World, which I really enjoy their stuff. So if you're looking for great alternative third-party bits, and the rest is just Forge World. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed that last look. If you would like to learn how to build this stuff, join us on patreon.com. youtube.com/lastlightcreative. You can also check us out on YouTube. If you have questions, get hold of me on Instagram. Thanks so much, guys.